Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and I'm going to get right on into it. All right, now this is going to be a little different video. Normally, I cover stocks and things like that, but this is going to be a Johnny Depp Amber Heard video. And if you're not interested in that, this is not the video for you. So just go ahead and know that. But I have more interest than just investing, and I followed this case from start to finish. But after watching it all and seeing the decision that the jury made and seeing how Amber's handling it and all of that, I had to chime in a little bit. So here's what I'm going to talk about. And it's all about Johnny. He thanks his fans because his fans really came through for him, and he's ready to move on. And Amber is saying there's not a chance that's going to happen, pretty much. And Amber's position is that's not going to happen. So we're going to get into this case a little bit. And like I said, I watched this thing from start to finish, so it was very interesting. And here's an article that talks about Amber Heard's response to Johnny Depp's TikTok message about moving forward. It says Amber has responded to Johnny Depp's first TikTok in which he boasted about moving forward following the defamation trial. And her response was, as Johnny Depp says he's moving forward, women's rights are moving backwards. And she's been pretty much saying that since the outcome of the trial. And if you watch the trial, it was really something. This was about as bad a toxic couple as you've ever seen. The reality is you had a couple that really shouldn't have been together. First of all, you know, he's got substance abuse problems. That's obvious. And he was very clear about that, you know, that he has all kinds of substance abuse issues. And she likes to drink wine. That's her big thing. And watching this trial, her aggressiveness and listening to many of those audio tapes of how just brutally aggressive she is and how he was basically retreating from her and trying to go to each bathroom and try to almost hide from her. And, you know, she accused him of all kinds of violence and things like that, but the evidence just wasn't there. You know, she'd show a picture of herself and her face was perfect, you know, within 24 hours of this. And the thing that got me about it was the whole donating the money. You know, he paid like $7 million to Amber Heard for the divorce. And she had put in the divorce, and then she had told everybody that she was going to donate the $7 million to two different charities.
What did you do with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to...
All right, yeah, and that didn't happen. She donated a little tiny bit of that money, and I think most of the money that was donated was from Elon Musk, who was her boyfriend at the time after the whole Johnny Depp thing. And I don't know the timing on that either. It didn't look so good. But that's where it appears that a lot of that money went, or that appears to be what money was donated pretty much, and the rest of it was not. And then she came back and said, well, the reason she couldn't donate the money was because Johnny had sued her, even though she'd had the $7 million for 13 months. So that didn't make any sense. And that's really one of the things that, besides all the audio and listening and watching this whole trial from start to finish, the donation thing is what really got to me. It's like, she can't, you know, you can't be honest about that.
Quote, $7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote. Right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
Yeah. So watching that, and you're sitting there listening to that, and you're going, wait a minute. You said you donated the money. You clearly did not donate the money. Why are you saying that you did? And then she says, well, I use pledge the same as I do donate. You're going, those are two different words with two different meanings. So I was like, well, if she's going to, you know, not be honest about that, what is she going to be honest about? Because that's such a provable fact that it's almost ridiculous. It really is. And I just, you know, that's where I was between that and listening to her talk about hitting Johnny and him running away and how upset she was about it. He always ran away whenever there was a physical altercation or whatever. That's when she lost me right there. I was like, okay, this is out of hand. You know, this young lady is, you know, and this guy is running from her. You know, Johnny's running from her, literally to the bathroom, any room he can get to when things get physical. So, you know, that kind of lost me on this thing. But now he's trying to move on, and understand, I don't think he gives a crap about the money. He won $15 million. I think he could collect $10,350,000, and she won $2 million on her claim. She originally sued for $100 million. She got $2 million against the lawyer that had said some things that weren't provable. So she won $2 million. He won $10,350,000. So she owes him $8,350,000. I don't think he gives a crap about that money. I think all he wants is his career back and his reputation back, and that's it. I don't think he's going to push her to pay him back. I don't think she's got the money to do it anyway at this point. You know, the $7 million, she's probably burned through a lot of that with legal fees. And I know, I believe some of her insurance paid for some of that, but still, she's going to have a difficult time getting high-paying jobs as an actress because she came across really poorly, and it's been a mess, an absolute mess for her. Whereas Johnny, I think, you know, he's back in the good graces of all his fans, and he's probably going to land a really big role. And he's enjoying the victory. And here you can see on TikTok where he's playing and enjoying his music. And Amber's over here not happy at all. And she's trying to say, oh, well, you know, the women's movement has all been reversed because of this. That's not the case. The reality is, you know, people saw the proof and they saw the evidence and they made a decision. A jury made a decision, and that's the way that it is. And Johnny basically clearly won. And look, you know, he wasn't any prize either. Let's understand that. But, you know, he didn't deserve to have his finger cut off and didn't deserve to get beaten either. So, like I say, it certainly appears she kind of is using that movement to try to, you know, garner support. And she's getting it from the media. You know, media is trying to help her. But and they're trying to blame YouTubers for this. And let me tell you something. YouTubers aren't going to take it. Those YouTubers that are getting blamed supposedly by the mainstream media, they're not going to take it. They will fight back. And they're doing exactly that. They're trying to blame that umbrella guy and some other folks and all the TikTokers. And it's like, look, you know, they saw the trial. You know, it's not made up stuff. They saw it. So I'm glad for Johnny. You know, I think he's going to make a comeback pretty soon. Yeah, and it was that close. He was that close to sinking, and he pretty much had. And he somehow magically, because of this trial, you know, he's going to land on his feet. So that's good. And hopefully, you know, he'll use this to improve himself and improve his life. And, you know, we'll see what happens with Amber. I don't think she's going to take this line down at all, and it's probably going to get more brutal, especially with the media backing her, you know, pretty hardcore. All right, folks, and like I say, this isn't something I normally cover. I'm probably going to take some grief over it. I have no doubt of that. But I thought I needed to. Like I said, I followed this thing so closely, and I can tell you this has been one of the most interesting trials I've ever seen. It's pretty much captured YouTube, and pretty much tens of millions of people have watched this thing from start to finish, and I was one of them. I'll go ahead and admit it. I watched the crap out of it. And it was very interesting. And, you know, to me, I think the jury came out with the right decision. Actually, what I wanted to see was him win $1, her win nothing, because all he wanted was reputation back. I don't think he cared about the money because he can make that back now. But that's how I would have gone with the decision. I would have given them both nothing, except I'd have given Johnny the victory and $1. But, you know, that's me. They decided to go with a different level. And, you know, like I said, I don't think he cares about the money anyway. And that's all I got for you in this one. We'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal. Investor normally, but this time I'm Mr. Frugal. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you're mad at me, I understand.